I'm Laura. This is
Gracie.
And we are going to go on our journey to bake our favorite Christmas cookies today. Come join us. So this is one of my favorite recipes because it's super quick. The ingredient list is very small and it uses a very secret ingredient, Bisquick. These are called the Bisquick chocolate chip Christmas cookies. So Gracie is going to be our ingredient putter-inner and following the recipe. So Gracie, first step, your job is to cream 1/2 cup of butter, which is what? Half a stick. Got it? So you put that into our delightful KitchenAid mixer. We're going to cream the butter, the sugar, the vanilla, and the egg.
We just half or the whole thing?
The whole thing is 1/2 cup. Always do this. Our butter is not completely out of the fridge, so it's not hard, and it's not melted either. You don't want to bake with melted butter with this one. And you don't want the paper to be in it either. It's always a good rule of thumb.
Unlike me.
Well, some of it got in there. Okay, to the 1/2 cup of butter, you're going to put 1 cup of brown sugar, tightly packed. Yep. You know it's tightly packed if it makes that shape of the cup that it's in.
The oven beeped.
We're very excited. We're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We like lots of vanilla, so you don't have to be super exact on that one. That's all right. Oh, these are gonna be delicious. And you're gonna need 1 egg. So a rule that my mom always taught me about using eggs in baking is if you've already got the butter, the brown sugar, all the goodies in your mixing bowl, and you take your egg, don't crack it into there. Crack it into a different bowl in case, and I'm not saying you would, in case you get some shells in it, then you're not ruining your whole batch or making it into crispy over there. So Gracie, crack your egg and add it to your batter.
I always get shells.
I wouldn't say always, but there's a high probability. Wow. No. Well, okay. So when that happens with clean hands, why don't you go throw that away? Oh my.
Sorry about that.
See, but that saved it from going into the batter. Thanks, Grandma. We appreciate your tips. Okay, add your egg in.
Are eggs supposed to be juicy?
Yes. It should come out liquidy.
The whole thing.
I think you got it. Okay, so all you gotta do at this point now is close it, lock it down. There you go. And then mix it up. There you go.
The butter's stuck.
So at some point you're gonna need a spatula and you're gonna need to wipe down the sides.
Sorry, headphone users.
Spatula. Don't put it in yet.
It smells so good.
Now stop. Save it. And now, the last thing that we're going to put in there, because that would just be real buttery, sugary cookies, you need to add the secret ingredient, 2 3/4 cup of Bisquick baking mix. Another rule of thumb, always pull your hair back when you're baking. All right, mix away.
Mixy.
Ooh.
Can I lick this?
Always remember when you're using your mixer is to scrape down the sides, just because sometimes you've got butter chunks, or in this case, Bisquick chunks that just kind of hang out there. All right.
It smells so good.
It does smell really good. Okay. Give it a last little mix. And we're going to be getting together our 1 cup of chocolate chips. There we go.
I used to be terrified of this machine.
Well, she also used to be scared of pine cones, so where are we at now?
We're not going to talk about that, please.
Oh boy. Ooh. Any that fall go into our snacking cup. Always need a snacking cup for your gigantic amount of chocolate chips. We'll probably add a few more. Okay, pour that in. We may have to mix this one a bit more by hand.
While it's moving?
Sure. Let's see what happens. Oh boy.
That's terrifying.
Well, it's basically,
Chocolate mess.
it's just sort of, well, it's like a chocolate chip wearing a cookie hat or something. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Well, there it
Whoa!
went. There it went. There we go, Sally. Okay, once it's pretty well incorporated, I would say that's pretty well. Then, no, you're not gonna lick the, we're not gonna lick the batter on that one or lick the beater. Nope. We're gonna drop it by rounded teaspoonfuls onto an ungreased cookie sheet, and we're gonna bake it for about 8 to 10 minutes. If it looks really wet on the top, I would let it sit in there for another minute more, and then I let it sit on the cookie sheet for 1 to 2 minutes, and then it's a little bit easier to transfer to cool off on a wire rack.
So I'm probably gonna like heat up chocolate chips and then like dunk the top of the cookies on there, and then it's gonna be like chocolate on chocolate. It's gonna be so yummy. Back to you.
We're gonna use just our spoons, and we are gonna drop by rounded teaspoons full onto our cookie sheet. And then afterwards, we press it down just slightly. All right, let's get rolling. All right, put your cookies into a preheated 375-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Come on over with us. Gracie? All right, this batch took about 10 minutes. We're gonna take it out when it kind of looks like a little dry, maybe a little cracked around here, not wet. We're gonna let it cool on a baking sheet for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll transfer it over to the wire rack.
Yum.
Alrighty, well, we've got our cookies all set. The girls have chocolate dipped halves here and there. They're gonna give them to their teachers and their friends as part of their Christmas gift for school. We've had a great time baking. Thank you for baking with me, Gracie. You were quite the chef.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We hope that you join us next time on Journeying with the Jarvises. I don't know what we're up to next, but stick around and find out. Thank you. Have a great day. We're glad that you were here with us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.